and welcome to FPL Late, your best mate for Fantasy Premier League content for the 2022-23 season. My name is Dan, and I'm a bit tired. I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired. It's fine though. We've got a big double game week deadline. Game week 34 is on the horizon. I have already made my transfers. I don't know where you guys are at, whether you've already made your moves, whether you're waiting for some last minute kind of tips or whatever. I don't know. Are you looking for some early team news? Will we find any? I don't know. But yes, guys, I'm ready to go. So early gang, yeah, there we go. This is my team. I'm locked in. I've used my 2 transfers. I've transferred out Chilwell and Kane and brought in Trent Alexander-Arnold and Diogo Jota. We're going for a 4-4-2 formation with Trippier, the only single game week player. We've gone high risk, high reward with Jota over Salah. If that is for you, then it's for you. But it is certainly for me. It's something that I want to do. But there we go, guys. There we go. Hopefully you're all doing pretty well. Hopefully you guys are feeling confident. Are we feeling confident about the double game week? I mean, I feel like I am. I know a lot of people will be on free hits as well. I know people will be taking a lot of hits in general. I feel quite fortunate that I haven't had to take any free hits, to be fair. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good, I think. So yeah, let's see what this team can produce. I think it's definitely interesting. But I'm sure you guys have lots of things you want to talk about today. Captaincy, priority transfers, how many hits you could take, which players are worth a hit, and maybe a bench list as well. I haven't actually made one yet. I just kind of have a bench list with just Ollie Watkins on at the moment. So I'm just going to bang a few players in here as well. I'm going to put in you. Let's put in Martinelli. I want to put in Tony as well. I kind of want to put in Saka as well. Let's put Saka in there. Yeah, let's bang a few players in there. Solanke we can maybe put in as well. Where do I put him? Probably like someone between Martinelli and Saka maybe. There we go. Let's put some single game week players in there. I think all the double game week players were pretty probably pretty confident we want to play them, but there we go. So we've got a few Jota gang members in the chat. I like to see it. I actually very much do like to see that. We've got a few fellow Jota backers. I mean, it's not going to be as popular. Like Jota previously was one of the most popular transfers of the week. He was like top 3 most popular transfers. He's dropped all the way down to, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th. He's now the 9th most popular transfer. So pretty much since he's been flagged, hardly anyone has brought him in. So I'm kind of glad by that. A lot of people have been put off Jota by the Dorito of death. Andres Pereira, where would I put him? He's got 2 really difficult fixtures, hasn't he? So not sure where I'd put him on the bench list. Harry Kane. I think I put Kane above everyone, to be honest. He's so consistent, isn't he? Let's see. Andreas Pereira. See, he is a double game week player, but I don't know if I'd play him above some of these guys. I'm going to put Andreas in here after Isak. Callum Wilson, no. Yeah, I would say Callum Wilson just not worth the risk at all. AA says, what do you think about triple captain Haaland? Yes, I would definitely do. If I had a triple captain chip left, I would definitely be using it this week. Definitely would be using it. And I'd be using it on Erling Haaland. I wouldn't even be thinking about anyone else. Really, really easy decision. Yeah, don't go differential on that one. Triple captain Erling Haaland, if you still have it, you just do it. Just go for it. Just do it. We don't even need to think about this one. Anyway, how about Grealish versus Bruno on the bench list? We're not going to bench either of them. If you have both Grealish and Bruno and you can only play one of them, I would prefer to play Bruno Fernandes. I do feel like Bruno Fernandes is a better pick than Grealish, but obviously Bruno is a little bit more expensive as well. So you can obviously be forgiven for not having Bruno in your team. But yeah, still Grealish, still a good pick. But I just feel like Grealish has a lower ceiling. And I think there is a chance of him being rotated. I've seen a few predictions. Some people predicting that Grealish is going to miss one of the games in the double game week. So, yeah. Alex says, do you think you can survive without Salah till the end of the season? Well, survive this far. I don't think I've barely had Salah, to be fair, all season. Yeah, I think it's very possible to survive the rest of the season without Salah. Actually, to be fair, if you watch the last few games of Liverpool, where they've kind of set up slightly differently, we have seen Salah slightly less effective in the last kind of 4 games. Where Liverpool have played the new system, Salah's been playing a little bit wider, so he's still going to be a good player, still going to pick up points, but I don't think he is as essential as maybe he looked like he was a few weeks ago. Aditya says, on a bench boost, Raya to Edison, Ake to Robbo, or other, have 2 other City, Chilwell to Trent, thoughts? All 3 of those transfers look good to me. Yeah, Aditya, as long as you're not taking like a -16 to do this and forcing it a little bit, because I think, to be fair, I know some people are playing the bench boost this week, and that's fine if you're set up for it well, but I actually quite like the look of bench boost in 37 as well. If you bring in a few Newcastle players, so hang on, let me just show you. So if you bring in a few Newcastle players for Gameweek 36, where they play Leeds and Brighton, Gameweek 37, where your Newcastle players play against Leicester, actually looks like a pretty decent bench boost. So you'd probably be bench boosting, one Newcastle attacker. Obviously, you'll be playing your Brighton players, your Man United players, your Man City players in 36, which takes up 9 slots immediately. If you've got triple Newcastle as well from Game Week 36, that means you're going to have to bench 1 Newcastle player minimum, and then you've got your 2 other players, whoever they might be. So yeah, Game Week 37, I think actually, if you're not set up already for a bench boost now, then Game Week 37 looks like a really nice bench boost as well. So don't force it. If you're going to have to take a -12 or a -16 to do a bench boost, there is another opportunity for you. So I would wait for that one. I think that's absolutely fine to wait for that one as well. Alan Macker says, Robbo, KDB, Isak, Greenwood out. Sorry, that's who's coming in. Martinelli, Kane, Watkins, Henry for Robbo, KDB, Isak, Greenwood. I think I would do all of that. In fact, no, would I? I don't know if I would. I prefer Salah to KDB. I do prefer Salah to KDB. Just about. I like them both, to be fair. The thing is, you're taking out a few players. I know they don't have double game weeks, but Martinelli, Kane, Watkins, Henry, they're all players that could score well this game week. So you're looking at taking a -12 rate. Is that -12 really going to pay off, particularly for the rest of the season? Like, Robbo, KDB, like, they're good picks, but they're not like elite picks for this game week, I guess. It's not like we're talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold or, Salah or Jota or Haaland or maybe maybe a Man City defender. We're not talking about any of those players. So I'm not fully convinced I like that for a -12, Alan. I'm not sure I do. Yeah, if you can get Salah and Trent in, then I think that's all you need to do. You can afford to play some of those other guys that you're talking about transferring out. Like Martinelli against Chelsea is absolutely fine. Kane against Liverpool is absolutely fine if you can afford to keep him. Watkins is kind of optional, but don't write him off entirely. And Henry, of course, plays against Nottingham Forest, which isn't the worst fixture in the world. But yeah, probably wouldn't expect too many points from Henry, but you could do worse. You could do worse. Francisco says, Dan the man, -4, Watkins to Jota, already have Salah. If you feel like taking a risk, then fair enough. That's the one thing I would say about Jota is it's really a player that you should only be going for if you are happy and prepared to take a risk. Sadar Ahmed says Kane/Watkins to Jota for a -4. I'd rather do Watkins. I'd rather sell Watkins than Kane if I had to. If I can afford, if you can afford to keep Kane, I would keep him. I couldn't, sadly. So I did have to sell Kane, and if I wanted to get Trent in, I had to sell Kane. So yeah, it's a player you want to keep ideally, and you want to have for the rest of the season. I'm already eyeing up the ways I can get Kane back into my team in future game weeks. So not so much with Watkins, but is it worth a -4? It's a risk. It really is a risk. It's a high risk, high reward play. It could work out really well. It has the potential to go wrong as well. So it's going to be up to you. Georgios says, is Jota a good option? Will he be benched? I mean, if Jota is fit, he plays. And that is the simple answer. If he is semi-fit, and I think he could be semi-fit, Klopp's comments sounded reasonably positive about Jota, but then again, he didn't train. Well, he wasn't pictured training with the main group yesterday. Of course, Liverpool don't play until tomorrow, so there's one more day to get him back. It's only like a little back injury, which sounds bad, but there are far worse injuries to have. On a football field, if the pain can be managed, he should be absolutely fine to play. So yeah, I think if Jota's available, he'll start. I think he will. I think he'll definitely start the second game against Fulham. I cannot guarantee you he'll start against Spurs tomorrow though, and that's the risk you take. But when Jota is on the pitch, he is Liverpool's primary goal threat at the moment. So he's a good option, but he's a high risk, high reward option, and that's kind of up to you whether you want to take that risk. And I'll keep probably repeating that for the rest of the stream. Big old super chat from someone random. My sugar daddy is back. £19.99. That is a lovely, lovely super chat to receive. Thank you so much, bro. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, someone random says, and now that Arsenal can't win the league, I'm back. Anyway, after going through depression because of Spurs, I managed to not give an F until the end of the season. So, do you think Haaland will play both games? Yes, I do think Haaland will play both games. I think he's a must captain. I think he's a must triple captain if you still have that chip available to you. Yeah, I think he should absolutely smash it. But yeah, you're a Spurs fan and you're enjoying Arsenal's demise. Well, I don't know. Let's see where Spurs finish at the end of the season. NPRF20, I see you put a super chat in, but you've retracted the message, so I'm not sure what you wanted to say there, but thank you very much for the super chat regardless. We've got a super chat from Tom Parkins, says, as a differential, triple captain Salah this week or Haaland in 37? No. Like, I'll say this. I'll say this again. I know so many people. I've had this question before. People saying, "What shall I do as a differential with my triple captainship? I want to use my triple captain as a bit of a differential." Having your triple captain chip now is a differential. Sort of 90% of FPL players, particularly active FPL players, have already played the triple captain chip. You are in the 10% remaining people who still have that triple captain chip. The fact that you have the triple captain chip is your differential. You've already got that differential, so you don't need to worry about going for, a player who is suboptimal or a player who you genuinely don't think is as good, but you just feel like you want to do it just for the sake of it, just because you want to go for a differential. Play that triple captainship on Erling Haaland right now. No matter who you are, no matter how much rank you are chasing, your triple captainship is your differential. You already have that above everyone else. You don't need to take that a step further, or you may end up throwing your triple captain chip and making it useless and making it not a differential and making it something that isn't very effective because you've taken a step too far maybe and trying to go so differential that you're actually starting to make bad decisions. And I'm not going to say triple captaining Salah now is a bad decision. I'm not going to say triple captaining Haaland in 37 is a bad decision, but I would definitely say that it is suboptimal maybe, and the data is going against you, and you are betting against top FPL managers. You're betting against this, that, and the other. Because if you triple captain Salah now, that means you haven't normal captained Haaland this week. So not only have you kind of you lose points from Erling Haaland, where everyone else will be gaining them because everyone else is going to captain Haaland. But also, you've used a chip up on a player who you might not actually fancy that much. So you could actually use your triple captain chip and actually significantly lose rank, because you didn't even normal captain Haaland. But there we go. Ben Story, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Hi Dan, I've done Isak and Salah in for Bruno and Kane. 2 free transfers. Is it worth doing for a -4 doing Stones in for Castagna and benching Isak? Is it worth doing? I think potentially yes. Yeah, that's a really tight one, Ben. That's a really close one. Would I do it personally? It depends, because you're spending extra budget. You're using up the money in your bank. If you're happy to use up the money in your bank, you don't have any plans for that money, then I would strongly consider it. I don't think it's a must-do move. I think it's fine to play Isak, but like I say, looking at the Newcastle press conference this week, it seemed like there was a bit of indecision about whether Wilson or Isak is going to be playing. I think both of them are players that Eddie Howe wants to play, and although it seems like Isak is nailed for the weekend games, I don't actually know how true that is anymore. I mean, it probably is. Isak's like, I don't know, like 80% starting, right? 70% starting, something like that. But there still is that small risk that he doesn't start. But you can do the business off the bench. So, hey, you could do worse. But would I do it? I probably would not do it personally. I'd probably save the money. Omar says Isak or Trippier. I think I'm leaning towards Trippier. In fact, let's bring up the bench boost because I think I put Trippier one step above Isak. Yeah, I'm putting him there. I'm putting him there. I see a few people asking for the bench list in the chat as well. But yes, there we go. Can we add any other players to the bench list, guys? Is there any other players? People are talking about selling Isak. I wouldn't sell him. No, I wouldn't sell him. I mean, he could be very, very useful for the remainder of the season. He's playing very well. So, yeah, no, don't sell him. So, yeah, people saying Jota to Isak. Wait, selling Jota to buy Isak? No. Selling Isak to buy Jota? Probably no as well. So neither of those. I don't like either of those moves. Don't sell Jota, guys. If you have Jota already, don't sell him. Sapna says, is Salah essential? Need to do a -8 for him? I don't think so. I've not bought Salah. I must be one of the few people who haven't brought Salah, but yeah, I'm more prepared to take a risk than most FPL managers. I definitely appreciate that. When we talk about FPL playstyle, I don't like being safe. I find it boring, and I'd rather go high risk, high reward. So if you are prepared to bet against a player who will be incredibly heavily owned, and Salah he'll be one of the most owned players this game week, and if he scores points and you don't have him, you are going to suffer. If you are prepared to take that risk, then he is not essential. I don't think he's essential personally. I think if Jota and Salah are both on the same pitch at the same time, then Jota will outscore Salah. So that's what I'm kind of going for. I think it is important, however, to get one Liverpool attacker. Or like minimum, let's say minimum two Liverpool players would be nice. Nadish says, captain KDB last week. Should I captain him again? I wouldn't personally. I would take those points and run. KDB is a big game player. He performs very well in the big games. His last 3 double-digit hauls have been against Arsenal twice and Liverpool. So he does really thrive in the big games, does De Bruyne. Plus, there is a small chance of him being rotated in one of those games. Max Simmons says, start Henry or Botman? Ooh, I guess Botman. Yeah, I think I would start Botman out of the two. I think that's fine. Fernandes instead of Salah. I mean, look, I'm not going to say Fernandes is a better pick than Salah because I don't really believe that to be true. It's more of a case of, is it worth a -4 to make 2 moves to replace Fernandes with Salah, which I don't think is as obvious. I think Fernandes is a fine pick for this game week. It's one of my favourite picks for the game week, to be fair. But he's not. He wouldn't quite reach the likes of Erling Haaland or Salah or Trippier, or not Trippier, Trent, or even Jota, really. De Bruyne. But yeah, Fernandes is definitely up there. Definitely up there. Who would I transfer Watkins to this week? Jota or nobody? I think if the best forward to go for this game week outside of Erling Haaland is Jota. So if you already have Haaland and you want to make another forward transfer, then I would go for Jota. Outside of that, I probably wouldn't bother. If you've got Watkins, keep him. If you're Isak, keep him. If you've got Tony, keep him. If you're not buying Jota to replace these kind of players, then just play or, bench or whatever with the forwards you've already got. I'll have a look in a second at the predicted points for forwards, but there's not really too much going on. I mean, Alvarez is a nice punt, but risky. Madman at Work says, free hit team, De Gea, Trent, Stones, third. I would go Estupinian. So, yeah, De Gea, Trent, Stones, Estupinian. I like that. Rashford, Salah, March, Mitoma. And then the fifth would be go for De Bruyne or Fernandes. I wouldn't go for Grealish. And up front, you've got Haaland and Jota. Yeah, the best two forwards, in my opinion, for the game week. So, yeah, I would go Estupinian as your final defensive slot. And for midfield, I would choose between De Bruyne and Fernandes. That's going to be up to you. Maybe lean De Bruyne, potentially there. Jar himself. Thank you very much for this super chat. Let's have a look at your team. Kepa, Raya, Trent, Stone, Shaw, Trippier, Share. Mitoma, Fernandes, March, Rashford, McAllister, Haaland, Kane, Watkins. Who do I buy? Your team looks pretty well set up already, to be fair. Let's have a look here. You could... You don't need to make any transfers, genuinely. You've got a... Three double game week defenders, 5 double game week midfielders, 1 double game week forward. So you've got 2 single game week players, which is one is going to be Harry Kane, which is great. If you can afford Watkins to Jota, I would maybe do that. I probably wouldn't bother swapping either of those keepers. I'd play Raya, even despite a single game week. I don't think I would make that transfer. Yeah, I would just play Kane. I don't think you need to make any transfers, Jar. I think you're good to go. I'd roll that transfer. Roll it. You're in a very fortunate position where not a lot of people are in, where you can actually afford. You're already really well set up. Unless, of course, you desperately want Salah. That would be the only thing. If you really want Salah, Fernandes to Salah, and then downgrade, I don't know, Watkins to maybe Alvarez as a punt if you fancy it, or like the 4 million Sam Greenwood, or you could do Watkins to Isak. If you can afford Fernandes and Watkins to Salah and Isak, maybe I'd do that. But I don't think you need to make a transfer. Will Jota start? I mean, honestly, I wish I could predict the future. I think there's a chance of him starting the first game. I think he'll definitely start the second game. That's all I can tell you. I don't know for sure. Let's have a look at some predicted points among forwards. I want to have a look at forwards first of all. So, forwards' highest predicted points are actually Haaland, Tony, Welbeck, and then Diogo Jota. So, yeah, Tony is still a very good pick for this game week. I really like Tony for this game week. If you just have, if you have Tony already, he'd be the one single game week player who I'd be most keen to start. In fact, if we look at all of the predicted points for all positions, is Tony the highest predicted single game week player? I imagine he might be. Let's find out. Keep scrolling. We're having to scroll quite far to get to him, but I mean, he should be on the next page, right? Apparently not. We continue. Where is he? I'm sure he was predicting more points than this. Have I missed him? Have I gone mad? Oh no, he's all the way up here. I completely missed him. Yeah, Tony's sitting pretty high, to be fair. 7.8 predicted points. That's really decent. Really decent. Giorgio says Trent Alexander-Arnold for me, Rashford for Harrison, Joseph for Kane, and Isak for Watkins for a -8. I would do all of that other than Isak for Watkins unless you absolutely have to. Oh, I can't do the other 3 transfers with Watkins. I probably should have finished reading that, Georgios, before I commented. I do apologise. In that case, yeah, Trent for me, Rashford for Harrison are 2 moves that are really, really nice. So they're definitely worth doing. But you say you need to downgrade both Kane and Watkins. All right, yeah, fine. Yeah, even for -8, I think you could do a lot worse. That's not too bad. I like it, in general. Star Ahmed says, I hope I'm saying you're right, Star? Or is that just say SDA? Not sure, you never know when it's written down. Kane, Bruno, Henry to Greenwood, Salah, Trent for a -4. Looks good to me, my friend. Looks good to me. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Who's the best captain? Erling Haaland, obviously. Not even close. Not even close. We've got a couple of show team gang members already. Nice to see the show team gang. We've got the people asking for bench list as well. We'll throw that on screen. Henry, thank you very much, my friend. Mahrez or Grealish? Go for Grealish. It's just safer, in my opinion. Martial's risky. If you really want to go for him, then go for him. But there's a lot of players I prefer than Martial. A lot of players. Thinking of bringing in Stones. Is it considered risky? I don't think it's considered risky, no. No news on Jota, unfortunately, Henrik. The latest is that he wasn't pictured training with the main group yesterday. I don't know what that means. They don't play till tomorrow. I still think he's got a chance of starting tomorrow, but I can't tell you for sure. That's the latest news. But the comments from Jurgen Klopp sounded positive. They said he was kind of taken off the pitch because of a back issue, but he should be fine. And if Klopp says he should be fine, then I think that's reasonably good news, I guess. Should we add a few more players to the bench list? I think we can add a few more players. Raptor, Harry, Andy all said Isak over Trippier. To be fair, it's close, and I'm not confident about that one. I mean, I'm happy to go with the masses on that one. To be fair, I'll bottle it. Let's add a few more players to the bench list. So, Arsenal defenders. So, yeah, I would not play your Arsenal defenders. So, let's just put Zinchenko, Gabriel, White here. Your Brentford defenders. So, Henry, Pinnock, me. Put them there. Erdegaard, I would put below even Watkins. Newcastle defenders, so like Botman. Okay, Botman would go a little bit lower than some of these attackers, I think. So I put Botman down here. No attacking threat. The one reason I like Trippier is because Southampton can't defend set pieces, and Trippier obviously takes those set pieces. So I think Trippier's playing against the worst attack in the league. So chances of clean sheets are at their highest in this game. And I think he's got a really good chance of getting something from a set piece. So I do like Trippier. Yeah. And I think in many ways he's safer than Isak, but Isak is more explosive. And I do usually say back the attacker. So Habiba says, Dan, let's captain Rashford since no one is going for him. If you want to do that, then that is absolutely fine. But do not take me down with you, my friend. I'll be going nowhere near. Nowhere near him. Kanate, Kanate you probably just play. Probably above most of these players. Should we do a quick captaincy poll? Like, we know who's going to be the most popular captain, but should we see how severe it is? Like how big is the gap between Erling Haaland and the next player? Who is the best captain? Option for Gameweek 34. Who's the best captain for Gameweek 34? We'll put Haaland in, Salah in. Who's the third most popular choice? I've seen some people say De Bruyne. Some people, all right, slap it in the chat, guys. Outside of Haaland and Salah, who would you be most likely to captain? Rashford, maybe? Or between Rashford and De Bruyne, right? Let's add some more players to the bench list. Okay, so Akanji. I mean, double game week players in general, you play. Yeah, you guys saying Rashford. All right, that's done. So, all right, who's the best captain for game week 34? Haaland, Salah, Rashford, or other? Thank you very much, guys, for your participation in the chat. Yeah, make sure you vote in that one, and we'll see. We'll see what the damage is. But yeah, no. To be fair, guys, I do back it. Rashford, obviously, I'm not going to bet against Erling Haaland, but if I was to bet against him, Rashford would be in my thoughts. He would be in my thoughts at the very least. So, yeah, there we go. Vladislav Kolar, thank you for the 50. I'm not sure what it is. 50 RSD, but thank you. I appreciate that. Is Jota fit? I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people. I know we're probably going to get this all the way to the end of the stream. I can't predict the future with Jota. I'll save it. I'm boring people if I keep repeating it. So I will just leave the Jota thing. We'll leave the Jota conversation for at least 10 minutes. And then maybe we'll talk about him again. Deary me. Start one of Alvarez, Isak or Trippier. I'd be tempted to take a risk with Alvarez, to be honest. But, yeah. Yeah, so the whole chat is just asking about Jota. I don't know. There's no update today. Anything you saw yesterday is the latest. Jota or Darwin? Oh, 100% Jota. 100% Jota. Michael says, hey Dan, thanks for the FPL content, my mate. Can you please prioritise 1 to 6 the Liverpool players? All right. So the Liverpool players are Trent, Van Dijk, Gakpo, Diaz, Darwin and Jota. I will happily rank them. So number 1 is Trent. No doubt about that. So number 1 is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Number 2 is Jota. Number 3 is probably Gakpo, to be fair. Number 4 is Virgil van Dijk. Number 5 is Darwin. And then number 6 is Diaz. Like, Darwin and Diaz are just, like, off the edge of the cliff. Like, they don't even deserve ranking, really. But yeah, Trent, Jota, Gakpo, and then Van Dijk. I like that kind of I like that order. If Salah was involved in there, I would probably put him second after Trent. And then if who else have we got? If Robertson is in there, I'd maybe put him before Gakpo. So kind of in there. Before Gakpo, but after Jota. There we go. Right, can we add some more players to the bench list? A few people are asking about double game week players for the bench list, to be fair here. I feel like you play your double game week players. We'll show Team Gang here as well. Jota news. I've got nothing. I've got no Jota news. They don't even play till tomorrow. We're not going to get anything definitive today. I'm so sorry. He's still a good pick. He's still the second best forward option after Erling Haaland. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's 100% going to start. I think he's like 50-50. Oh, right. Martial. Like, are we asking about Martial as a pick? He's okay. I don't love him. Zuma, please, versus Trippier. All right, can we put a Zuma in here? I guess we can. Like, don't they have, like, tragic fixtures, though? West Ham. Oh, yeah. You maybe get a clean sheet against Crystal Palace, but then you can have all your points cancelled out by the Man City game. So is it worth it? I don't know. I would probably put Zuma here. Trippier or Dallo, I have sure. I mean, that's tough. We're going to have to start adding in double game week players, aren't we? All right, guys. Let's fill up the bench list. Let's fill up the bench list. Shout if there's a player who is not currently on the bench list, shout at me in the chat, and if a lot of you guys say the same player, I will add them to the bench list. Joel Lobo says -4 Jota for Watkins or -8 Salah and Enciso for Grealish and Watkins. I don't like the Enciso pick. I don't like him. I think he's a waste of a Brighton slot. So maybe just do -4 Jota for Watkins if it means you're going to have to waste a Brighton slot. Plus, I don't think Grealish is a must-sell or anything like that. And Watkins might be quite nice to own next game week. Himanshu, thank you for the super sticker. All right, so Alvarez. There's a few people saying Alvarez, Burn, Mings. I mean, you're probably not playing Mings, to be fair. You're not going to like this. I'm putting Mings at the bottom, though. Like, that is just my opinion. If you don't like it and you think Mings is going to score a 15-pointer again, play him. This is just my opinion. If you are even slightly suspicious about Mings being there on the bench list, I'm not taking responsibility this time. I'm not. Tarkovsky. You're not going to play Tarkovsky, are you? Alvarez would go like... I would probably play Alvarez ahead of some of these... risky. He is high risk, high reward, but like... That's the whole point, right? Madison I probably would not play. He would go pretty low. I back the attacker in most cases, but he would be pretty low down on the attackers. Grealish or Rashford? Definitely Rashford. Definitely Rashford. Nick's has got Andy on the TV and Dan on the mobile. Love it. Love it. Can you even hear both of us? Are we not just like talking over each other? If I talk the loudest, maybe you won't be able to hear Andy and you can just listen to me. I'm just joking, of course. Albas on the super chat says, Watkins to Jota for -4 and bench Isak or start Isak. For a -4, I would probably just start Isak if you have him. Who do you think is better option for the rest of the season, Salah or Jota? For the rest of the season, probably Salah. In fact, yes. I mean, Salah. But he's more expensive and he takes up a midfield slot. So there's downsides to going for Salah, but he is the better pick to Jota. I mean, I'm not an idiot. Hi, Dan. Would you play Tony or Jota? I would play Jota, but I would still try and find a way of playing Tony. That's the super chat from someone who I'm going to try and pronounce now. Tomomo. I need to get really close. Tomomo. How many mo's are there? Tomomomo. Tomomomo. There we go. We got it. Predictive Stone /DS for a -4 bench Botman. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, like it. Wilson. But Wilson on the bench list is like really, really risky. I would take him all the way down. Maybe above Madison. There we go. Hi, bro. Mitoma or Andreas? Oh, definitely Mitoma. So you don't think Newcastle will keep a clean sheet? Yeah, I do. Well, I mean, I think there's a good chance of them keeping a clean sheet, but it's not nailed on. And, like, you know, they haven't been keeping clean sheets recently. That's a fact. But I still think they've got a very good chance, but we're definitely not guaranteed. Start Mings or Estupinian? Oh, easy, Tom. Estupinian by a country mile. Waleed, I will show my team eventually. I know you're a very proud and strong member of the show team gang. I've seen your message. I understand your message. You want me to show my team? I will. But you're going to have to wait patiently. Or you can find it. It's out there. I've not hidden it. I've not made particular effort to hide my team. It is available for you to find out. I drill. Oh, okay. Oh, very good. All right. Mr. Men in the super chat says, Nans just sneezed. Opinions on cryogenic freezing. Mr. Men, I feel like if you want to do that, I mean, that's on you entirely. As far as I'm aware, the technology isn't quite there yet, and it kills cells at quite a rapid rate. And it's quite hopeful at this point that we'll be able to unfreeze these cryogenically frozen people at some point in the future with future technology, but it's very, very speculative. So the longer you can wait, before cryogenically freezing someone, then I would wait as long as possible just to see where the technology goes. To be fair, so there you go. There's your serious answer to a very ridiculous question. Right, it's been 10 minutes since I've answered a Jota question, so I guess I'll just answer it now. Jota has, according to Jurgen Klopp, he had a small back issue that required him, that made Klopp want to substitute him off in the West Ham game. That was obviously a few days ago. But Klopp has said he's probably going to be fine. They're going to obviously assess it, but it sounded from the press conferences, Klopp sounded reasonably positive about Jota. And then yesterday, Jota wasn't pictured training. That doesn't mean he wasn't training. It doesn't mean he's injured. He could have been given the day off. He could have been training not with the main group. He could have been with the physio at the time when photos would be taken. He could have been doing some indoor stuff. I don't know for sure. But he wasn't pictured training. So that's the next bit of news. The Fulham game is... No, the Spurs game is tomorrow. So he still has today as an additional recovery day. And by the Fulham game, he should be definitely ready. He should be definitely ready by the Fulham game. Spurs game, like I say, Klopp's comments were positive, but again, he wasn't pictured training. So there's two slightly conflicting bits of information there. We don't know everything, unfortunately. We never can. If Jota is available, I think he plays. Klopp has been complimentary about his more pressing attackers. Jota has also been the best attacking threat over the last 4 games under a new system for Liverpool. So Jota is if he's on the pitch, he's a very good pick. He's not 100% sure going to start tomorrow, but he's near to that in the second game. But to be fair, even if he gets some minutes off the bench against Spurs, I think that could be fine as well. Though, to be fair, I prefer a starter. Against Spurs, start slow. So, actually, you kind of want the early players against Spurs, don't you? But, yes. Yes, Jota, I still think he's a very good pick. But he does carry that little bit of risk. And it's up to you whether you want to take that risk or not. There are positive signs there. There are negative signs there. I think if he is available, he plays. I think he is part of the main, the preferred 11 at the moment. I think that is pretty much confirmed at this point. And if he plays, he'll do very well in 2 fixtures where Liverpool should score goals. So hopefully that answers that one. Lewis Vicari says, Chilwell to Stones / Diaz and bench Trippier for a -4. And I don't actually think I would do that. Not for a -4, I wouldn't. If it wasn't for a -4, I maybe would. In fact, I would do that if it wasn't a -4. I don't think I would for a -4. Yeah, not sure about that one, Lewis. Because Trippier is fine to play. It's okay to play Trippier. I know people want to get 11 double game week players out of 11. But 10 plus Trippier is absolutely fine. I mean, I've got 10 plus Trippier. Dazzle says, Dan, are you considering doing another charity stream in the future? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Just need to find the right way of doing it. The last one I did was not incredibly popular. Still did we still did a little bit, but I want to go bigger. I wonder if I can, I want to do something. Actually do something rather than just sit here and talk about FPL for charity. So we'll see if we can figure something out at some point. Would you do Trent in for a Kanji for a hit, Dan? No, I'd play a Kanji. I would try and get Trent, but a Kanji is not the player you want to sacrifice. I think, are we happy with the bench list? I mean, I feel like people are pretty much decided on bench players at this point. Goalkeepers, please. All right, let's rank. You know what? I'm not going to rank the goalkeepers on the bench list. What we'll do instead is we'll just look on this one. This will decide our goalkeeper bench list. So this is the de facto goalkeeper bench list. So Edison, number 1. Assuming you already have these players. I'm not suggesting transferring in Alisson, by the way. So Edison, then Alisson, then Steele, then De Gea. I would consider swapping Steele and De Gea around, to be fair. I think I would probably, if I had both De Gea and Steele, I think I would play De Gea. I think. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's wrong of me though. De Gea does make saves, even if he loses his clean sheets. And Man United have been keeping more clean sheets than Brighton recently. I know the underlying numbers maybe go against that slightly. But yeah, a bit of nuance needed here and there. But yeah, Edison is the best goalkeeper for the game week. If you have him, you've got Alisson there, but he's probably a waste of a Liverpool slot. But hey, like he's still a decent goalkeeper for the game week. Steele and De Gea up next. After that, Fabianski. After that, Leno. Pope is apparently the best single game week player. I don't agree with that. I think Raya is. I genuinely think Raya is the best single game week goalkeeper. If you only have single game week goalkeepers, I would play Raya. I'd be happy to play Raya. I wouldn't take a -4 for him or anything. Johan says play Watkins or switch to Jota -4. Take the -4. Let's live a little. What are the expected points of Martial? They won't be very high, I don't think. TT says, hey Dan, Kane for Jota from -4. I don't know if I'd do that move in isolation. I would do that move if you are funding a separate move. If you need to pull the money out of Kane, I would do it. But if you don't need to pull the money out of Kane, then I would just keep him. Like, Kane is a keep. Like, I think most people will probably agree that Kane is a good player to own and a player you want to have for the rest of the season, but it's just difficult to own him and other players at the same time. So really, Kane, if you're selling Kane, should only really be used as a cash cow and not necessarily a player you just sell for the sake of selling. Anyway, Martial predicted points 5.1 across 102 predicted minutes, so not incredibly high. And there's actually a lot of single game week players ranking above him, like Isak, Kane, Solanke, and Tony there. So yeah, Martial pretty low, pretty low. Cameron says, seen your Twitter, you're an FPL hero, never change. Thank you very much, Cameron. I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. Zdenek says, who would you bench, Steele versus Edison? I would bench Steele out of those two. I'd play Edison over Steele. I would for sure. Right, that's that done. Let's just we can have a look at some more predicted points. Let's just have a look at the highest predicted points of the game week. So we've got Salah up first, followed by Erling Haaland, and I don't agree with that one at all. By the way, I think Haaland will outscore Salah. If you want to take that risk, that's on you. But I'm not backing the model on this one. I'm not backing the AI. Oh god, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. Followed by Alexander. This is so unprofessional. I apologise. Alexander-Arnold is next. De Bruyne after that. Then McAllister. Somehow, again, not really sure I agree with that one. For him to be so high. Then Robertson, March, Rashford, Fernandes. So to be fair, we have got Fernandes above all of the predicted above all of the Man United midfielders. Where is De Bruyne? Am I missing something? I must have missed him. De Bruyne must be higher, right? Oh, he's one of the he's one of the top ones. He's 4th place. I must have missed that. Gone mad. Luke Smith says bench Tony or Solanke. I would bench Solanke. I would bench Solanke. Councilor says, this man really said he'd bench Steele over Edison. All right, well, okay, back that one up then. If that's so ridiculous, back that one up. Is Steele going to save a penalty every game week? Come on, let's hear your logic. Skip right over KDB, didn't I? Oh, well. So yeah, KDB, very high predicted points. Yeah, there's a couple I don't agree with here, though. I would not put McAllister this high. I definitely wouldn't put Salah above Erling Haaland either. Gundogan, I probably wouldn't put that high. Aside from that, it's probably roughly right. Roughly. Bench Jota or Kane. Don't bench either. Or Sam. Don't bench either of those players. Akanji or Stones for Mings. Akanji is cheaper, isn't he? But not by that much. Maybe just go for Stones. Martial or Tony? I prefer Tony. Alisson or Steele? I wouldn't buy Alisson. And I probably wouldn't buy Steele either, but if you have both, I would play Allison. If you already have both, I would play Allison. Start Zuma or Botman? I think I'll back the double Gameweek player and go for Zuma. Cesar says Trippier or Tony. I play Tony. Cesar. Caesar? Let's go for Caesar. It's the super chat's in dollars, so you probably say Caesar, right? Oh, and you're saying you're from California. Caesar, I would play Tony. Tony is my favourite single game week player. I'm putting that one out there. If you have to play any single game week player, make it Tony. Oliver says, do you rate Estupinian? Yes, I do. Omnishamble says Akanji was making some driving runs against Arsenal, could pay off with an assist. I doubt it. Like if we're totally honest, if we take a big sample size, Man City defenders don't really get attacking contributions. Solanke or Watkins? Who did I put in the bench list higher? Solanke or Watkins? They must be reasonably close. Yeah, they are. I put Solanke higher. Omar says, can you please show your team? Please, I don't want to listen to you anymore. I just want to see your team so I can go away. I want to see the team, copy the moves, and go away. That's all I want to do. If you want to see my team because you don't want to copy my moves, then I will show you in 7 minutes. No, it's fine. Like if you really do want to copy my moves, it's not very hard to do. I've not been quiet about the transfer moves that I've made this game week. They are you can find them, but you will have to find them. I like to set a little challenge for the show team gang. Find the team. It really shouldn't be that hard to find. Most of you guys, if you watch my videos regularly, you already know what my team is. Because I've showed it multiple times in the last few days. And not really hidden it at all. Been very clear about what I'm doing. There we go. Dazzle Walton says, Dan, thanks for all the amazing content this season. I know there's not long to go. I hope you're planning a big holiday at the end of the season. You deserve it. P.S. I'm sure Mrs. FPL Mate would like it too. Yes, she would. We are going to Mallorca, the island of Mallorca at the end of the season. Looking forward to it. Need a break. It's been a grueling week. It really has. So many videos in such a short period of time. It's been a madness. It's been a madness. Information on Jota. Can we talk about Jota one more time? I mean, I don't know if there's much point. There's nothing to say about Jota. Klopp's words were positive. Wasn't picked to training. Could be fine. Nikal says, I missed your super chat. I do apologise. Oh, here it is. Nikal says, hi, mate. 83 points in Game Week 33, up from 29k to 14k. Absolutely amazing. Well played. Salah and Jota in for Kane and Bruno. Yeah, like it. Jason, Man of Steel, is such a hero. Yeah, the old penalty save. Not bad. Not a bad little return from him in the end. Not bad in the end from him. If you can't afford Shaw, is Dallo the best pick? Yeah, I mean, some people are saying that Dallo is not 100% nailed. Unveil team organisation. Cavish, I appreciate that a lot, to be fair. That is funny. The Unveil team organisation are so much classier than the show team gang. They just have so much more class. I love it. I love it. Palace defenders on the bench list, pretty low really. So here we got like Mitchell and Gahey. Does Jota play? Oh god, I give up. I don't know if Jota plays. Thoughts on Gakpo? He's okay. He's an okay pick. Who to pick instead of Shaw? I don't think there's anything wrong with picking Shaw. Play Trippier or get Jota for a -4. Maybe play Trippier. Like, the thing is, like, whether you go for Jota or not is entirely down to how willing you are to take a risk. It's not about if he's a good pick or not. It's not about, you know, getting the information whether he's going to start or not, because we're not going to get that information. He doesn't start till tomorrow. It's just risk versus reward. And whether you're taking a -4 to get him or not, again, is are you willing to take the risk that Jota may not start in the first game, may get a 1 point in the first game, and second game he might blank. You could have a 3-pointer from Jota easily, and you've taken a -4 for that. That is definitely feasible. But on the other hand, he could start both games. He could perform really well in both games, and he could easily score a 20-pointer in this game week. That could easily happen. It is completely up to you whether you are willing to take that high risk, high reward. So if you are chasing, if you are just a very risk-taking manager, then Jota is a good pick for you. If you are trying to protect your rank, if you need to take a -4, if you don't like taking risks, then Jota is a bad pick for you. Still wouldn't sell him if you already have him, but Jota is not a good pick or a bad pick. He is both at the same time. He's one of those kind of players where it's so difficult to place him. Like similarly on my bench list, for example, this is for me personally. I would play Alvarez ahead of a lot of these players, but it's far safer to play Isak, Trippier, Zuma, Martinelli. It's far safer to play some of those players than it is to play Alvarez. And yet I would still take the risk and play Alvarez personally. Shaw on the bench list, I would play Shaw over most of these players. Probably like that. Triple captain Haaland is the best. This is the best time. If you've still got your triple captain, I'll say this one more time because you only have like 1 minute to make this decision. If you are, if you have your triple captain chip, play it on Haaland now. Just do it. Just get it done. It is the one. It is the one. So stop talking and unveil. Oh, you really want me to show my team that badly? Right, let me switch to the show team page. Where did I put it? Right, show team. There we go. Team is on screen. Here we have it. So, yeah. So obviously, I still have Edison in goal. Defense. We've got the usual suspects. In midfield, actually, it's not the usual suspects. Sorry, yeah, there is one. There, yeah, obviously, I made that, the obvious change in defense, and then into midfield. Yeah, I've kind of gone a little bit different here. I don't know if you guys like the look of this midfield, but that's kind of what I've gone for. And up front, yeah, I think this is probably the play. But yeah, certainly that midfield and the defense is maybe where some of the differences are made, particularly in the midfield where I think the differences should be made. So that is my team, and yeah, and obviously I've gone for, I know it's a bit of a maybe a would you call it a dangerous captain? I don't know. I would go for oh, hang on. It's not there. It's not. We can't see. Can't see what? Not on screen. What do you? Oh, what? Oh, hang on. Let me check my feed. Oh, damn it. I clicked the wrong one. I meant to click this one. Oh, no. The FPL mate, he's done it again. He's done it again. Oh. So I'm so bad. I try to show you my team. I try to show you my team. It's more difficult to show a team than you guys would think, because I always manage to mess it up somehow. Honestly, guys, try and show your team. It's not as easy as it looks. Sometimes you make mistakes. You click on the wrong button. You go to the wrong screen. I apologise. I'm so sorry. And the show team gang are going to be so disappointed with me. The show team gang... The show team gang are going to be so disappointed with me, and I feel like I want to dedicate this Oscar to the show team gang, who truly are the people who put me where I am today. Without them clicking on my stream once a week to watch the last 5 minutes of it, in hopes of a glimpse of my team so they can copy the moves, close the stream, and not return to my YouTube channel until the following stream. Without those people, this YouTube channel could not survive. So I want to give a special dedication to the show team gang. You guys are my muse. And I do everything, all of this, for you. Thank you. Anyway, the deadline has passed. I have gone without Salah. The show team gang are unsubscribing and following in their droves. They like to let me know. They don't just leave quietly and take their L's. They say, oh, you've done it again. I'm unfollowing. If you're not showing your team, I'm not watching. I don't care. Yeah, but I have gone without Salah. And you guys can cry as much as you like in the chat saying, "Oh, you've let us down. We all just want to see your team." You could have seen my team. I showed my team so many times at the beginning of this stream. I told you exactly what I was going to do on my team selection video yesterday. I tweeted this morning, maybe a little bit of a cryptic message confirming the transfer moves. If you watch this channel, you know my moves. You don't need to. The only people who don't know what moves I'm making are the people who tune in at 5 minutes at the end of the stream, just want to check the moves, probably copy them and move on. And that is the only way I've let you down. That is the only people I've let down, the people who just want to copy a team. That's not what this channel is for. If you really want to do that, that's fine. I'm not going to make it easy for you, though. I'm not just going to give you a team to copy, like, on demand. I'm not your team creation bitch. Like, that's not what I have. If you want to see a team, if you want to see my moves, watch the videos. That's what they're here for. Timothy says they unfollow every time, but they're still here. Exactly, because they're desperate for a glimpse of the team in the next stream, but they won't get it. Well, sometimes they might. Sometimes I feel generous. Genuinely, I have been quite generous to this show team gang the last couple of months. I've been good to them, but I feel like I need to give a bit of payback. Dan doesn't give you a team, but he does give you a pint. A true FPL mate. There you go. But yeah, no, look, I'm happy to answer every question. I'm happy as many as I can. I'm happy to. I mean, come on, guys. Like, how many videos have I put out in the last 48 hours? I think I put 5 videos out in 48 hours. Like honestly, I'm not even joking when I say I've been doing like 13, 14 hour days the last week. So don't tell me I've let you down because I didn't show you my exact moves 5 minutes before the end of deadline because you wanted to copy them. I've not let anyone down. Like, yeah, nobody's perfect, but I'm confident enough to know that no, I'm doing my best here within reason. Oh damn, Kesh has just pointed something out that I did not want to read today. You reached top 100k. Don't you owe us a griddy in the crab shirt? I really, really don't want to do that. Bruce Lee says, are there actually that many people who would copy what you do? Yeah, apparently. I did say I was gonna griddy in a crab shirt when I got into the top 100k. Edwin says FPL Raptor all the way. Edwin, you've been very, very vocal in the chat. If you don't like what we're doing here, then feel free to leave. If I've let you down in any way, you don't feel like I provide for your particular needs, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like, bro, respectfully, different people are going to like different things. Different YouTubers are going to be from different people. For me personally, I prefer not to, just go at YouTubers, and if it's content I don't like, I just move on and find the next one that I do like. I think that's absolutely fine. Too many haters in this world. Too many haters. If you don't like something, move on. Find something you do like. Not everything is designed specifically for you. Like, if the Teletubbies comes on TV, I don't write to the BBC saying, how dare you broadcast this stuff, I don't like it. I just switch the channel. I go and watch something else. I'm not going to hate on the Teletubbies. Dino Bro says, I went for Alvarez instead of Jota. Thoughts? I mean, it's bold, but I appreciate the boldness. Serendipitipsy says, down the FPL machine. Brandon says, you also promised that you drink blackcurrant squash out of your trophy with the crown on. I didn't promise that. Because I remember at the time thinking that it's not actually my trophy. It's not even my trophy, so I can't put the blackcurrant squash on it. I laughed at the idea. I didn't commit to it. Gritty in the crab shirt. I really don't want to do that. Oh, my word. Okay. Oh, damn it, man. Damn it, man. Are you even going to be seeing me? Maybe I should move my camera. Where can I move my camera to where you'd be able to see? All right. You're getting a behind the scenes. Damn it, man. Getting behind the scenes kind of access to FPL Mate now. Right, so is that enough space? Can I perform a gritty in this space? Let's go full screen. There we go. You can see my lack of organisation. I think I'm a little bit taller than that, so we're going to have to tilt the camera up a bit. Like to there. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, right. Fine. Next up, we need to find the crab shirt. Alright. I can't believe this is happening. Can I wear the crown as well, at least? I feel like I deserve it. For hitting the top 100k, I feel like I deserve it. Well, we're going to put the crown here, so you can just keep an eye on it for me. Alright, I need to change shirt. I assume you can still hear me, by the way. I think the audio is still picking up. Alright. The crab shirt is on. The crab shirt. Why did I commit to this, man? I'm gonna look like an absolute idiot. There you go, nice side angle of FPL Mate. Right, I think we're all settled. This is I'm not doing this sort of stuff all the time. This is can you even see me from here? Oh my god, you can see me quite a lot. I'm so embarrassed. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing it. Okay, I'm just going to do it. We're just going to get this gritty out the way. And I'm not doing anything again until top 50k. Alright. We're going to gritty. We're going to gritty all the way to 50k. Alright, that's done. We're done. Never again. You've embarrassed me enough. I'm so done with this YouTube channel. My word, that's a new low. That's a new low. Alright, let's put the camera back. Christ alive. I'm too old. I'm too old for this. I'm too old for this. Oh dear. Clip it. Oh. The shirt is horrid. That's why I'm wearing it. Because it's the crab shirt. We could see you on the Henry reflection. Could you really? Well, I'm glad you got a good look. Brought out your white size, yeah, maybe. You actually like this shirt, really? I mean, to be fair, I like the shirt. But I understand why it's not a super popular shirt. Just logged on, what are you doing? Like, this is why I didn't do it. It requires so much context. Alright, I just, basically I said I would wear the crab shirt and the crown and do a specific popular dance move popularized by FIFA if I got into the top 100k. And I did it, so... Right foot creep, we did a little right foot creep. But there you go. There we go. The shirt is a huge dub. You know what? Those of you guys who like this shirt, like, I like you guys. You get me. You get me. This is a low key banger. It's an underrated shirt. I mean, it's got so many crabs. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but all down all of these lines is just loads of like little crabs. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Play the crab song. I would have played the crab song whilst doing the gritty, but I mean, my channel will get copyright striked. Dub gritty. I'm too tired for this, man. I'm too tired for this. I need to go back to bed, genuinely. Congrats for 100k. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good. Can you dance for us again? I will. Right, I'm going to go because there's no point waiting for team news today, I don't think. So I'm going to go soon. But first of all, before we do that, let's set a new challenge. I'll do a new... We say forfeit, but it's more of a celebration. A forfeit / celebration. I'll do another one if we can get into the top 50k. Into the top 50k. So guys, let me know. Think of a challenge or like a forfeit or I don't know, something funny that I can do. Oh crap, what am I doing? That I can do if I get into the top 50k. Because I think it's doable. It might, like, I don't know if it'll happen this week necessarily, but I mean, there's a chance, right? I think I'm only something like 13 points off the top 50k now, which is sick. Why isn't the Henri shirt in the background? It's because I don't really know where to put it. Like, where would you put this? Like, up here maybe? I don't know. Just on the wall? But you can't really see it. If it was on the wall behind there, you couldn't see it. I don't really know where to put it. So at the moment, it's just kind of on the floor where I can see it, which is nice. I'll probably put it on the wall somewhere, but it won't be in shot. Don't know where to put it. 50k live. Alright, let's have a look. Right, let's see what suggestions we got. Coming back. Orange Justice, damn it, man. Now you do your best. See. Crab Rave is copyright free? Are you sure? That clip will live on forever. Your grandkids will probably see it. Damn it, man. Oh, I apologise. 50k live stream from a pub. I mean, that is... Could I do that? Behind my chair. Oh, there's like a tiny bit of wall space here that maybe the Henri shirt could go. I don't know. We'll think of a forfeit or something to do for 50k. Krishna says pop 10k or top 10k, buy me and yourself a pint. I don't think that's going to happen, so I'll commit to that. Right, no more disrespect towards the crab shirt. No more disrespect. We will do the world's biggest suey. If we right, we'll do a suey. We'll do a nice suey if we hit the top 50k. Wearing, do I have a Manchester United shirt? No, I don't. Do I have a Portugal shirt? No, I don't. Maybe wearing the clown wig. I don't know. We can fine-tune the details later. But we're going to leave it there. I look forward to finding a clip of me doing that on Twitter, which is inevitably going to crop up somewhere. Long live the crab shirt. But I am going to disappear. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm going back to bed because I'm so tired. But I appreciate you guys watching. And, yeah, do leave a like. Thank you for watching all the content this week. 50, shave your head. I'm not shaving my head. That is the last thing I'm doing in life. The final thing I do in my entire life will be shaving my head. There we go. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the game week. Enjoy the football. I hope to catch a lot of you over on Twitter for some live reaction stuff. But aside from that, yeah, just thank you. And I'll see you later, mates. Bye-bye.